Good evening and welcome to another World of Warship video with Darkwing Glacier. This is another battle with my Tier 5 premium Japanese destroyer, the Kamikaze. So in the last battle, I got 7 kills due to a combination of luck and good teammates and so on. We'll see if we can top it in this one. So in this we're playing a domination battle, so I am going to do my duty as a destroyer and head over to the A cap. Looks like we have Tier 5 matchmaking in this game, which is good news again. Even the battles in which I have Tier 7 matchmaking when I'm in my Kamikaze are at least playable, because I am still a stealthy, fast, maneuverable destroyer with good torpedo reload, so I can at least hold my own, but I certainly don't have as good games as I tend to do in when the matching is much more favorable. You'll note that in this battle I neglected to load premium consumables. I have the standard damage control, I have the standard smoke, and the standard speed boost. I get some support from my carrier, who is sending planes over to cover me, and we detect the first enemy, which is a T-22, the German Tier 5 destroyer. So I launch some torpedoes in his direction in the hopes that maybe he'll blunder into some of them, which is always a hope, but he is turning away from me, not towards me, so there's a good chance he's going to evade these. I fire some shots, and he is obscured by his smoke, and therefore so am I. Which is good news, because otherwise his supporting ships could come after me. So it looks like I'm going to get the A cap. And there are 2 more enemy ships. There's a Wyoming down there and an Emerald that are both heading in this direction. My torpedoes pass his smoke, and it looks like they're not going to hit anything. But my torpedoes are already reloaded, which is one of the definite advantages of the Kamikaze. So I start lining up for a run. Looks like the Emerald has thought better of coming into this cap, and so he evades. Now I detect the T-22. He's coming right at me. He's very close. He's at 2.0 kilometers and closing. And looks like he just kicked off his speed boost. At 1 kilometer range, I launch my torpedoes. No, I don't think he's going to get away from these guys. And that's kill number 1. First blood, devastating strike. I actually did hit him with 5 out of 6 torpedoes there, but I only get credit for 1 because that was the one that killed him. But I'll take the kill anyway. So we lose our Kirov, and that's our first ship that we lose today. And I don't have all that much support, although it appears that 5 battleships are heading in this direction, so I will get support soon. In the meantime, I've got a Königsberg, I've got a Wyoming, a Texas, and they're all generally heading their way up here. It looks like none of them are really too eager to come into the cap and contest me. I mean, they know that I'm here. They know that a destroyer is here, that he's undetected, and that torpedoes could be coming their way at any time. Now keep that in mind, because they should know that for a while. So if anyone just blunders in here without any regard for the fact that there's a destroyer in here, then he's pretty stupid. So I launch some torpedoes at the Wyoming. I kind of make a mistake and I end up getting detected. So I begin my turn away after I get my torpedoes off. The Wyoming knows I'm here. He's beginning to turn, so those torpedoes are almost certainly going to miss. Some shots start coming in from some of the enemy ships that are heading in this direction. The Königsberg takes a shot at me, which fortunately doesn't quite have enough lead. So my torpedoes completely miss the Wyoming. There is a chance that something may hit the Königsberg, but it looks like no, they're all going to pass astern of him too. So that's pretty frustrating. So I launched some more torpedoes at the Wyoming, but I mean, he knows I'm here. There's a good chance he's going to be able to evade these 2 simply by turning away. Now the enemy carrier is sending torpedo planes and fighters, and followed up by some bombers as well. Hopefully trying, or potentially, not hopefully, potentially trying to eliminate the threat that I pose to anyone trying to take over the A cap. So we have the C cap, we have the A cap, they have the B cap, so we definitely have the advantage, and we're slowly pulling away in points. Although we just lost a ship, we lost to South Carolina. And what do you know, I get 2 torpedo hits on the enemy Wyoming, and he goes down. So that's kill number 2. So I line up some more torpedo shots on this approaching Koenig. He is coming in almost head on, so that's a very bad angle to launch torpedoes at. The only worst one is if they're heading directly away from you, because all he has to do is turn and he's going to evade, and even if he didn't turn, the chance that I'm going to hit him with more than 1 torpedo is extremely low. So for most of this battle so far, I've just been going around in circles in the caps, attempting to stay at a detection range and launching torpedoes at anything that gets in my way. So the Koenig apparently runs into some of my torpedoes, which I'm very fortunate to get 2 hits on them. Getting 2 hits on a battleship that's heading in that direction is highly unlikely. The Königsberg is the biggest threat at this point, so I launch torpedoes at him. He is within detection range of me. I realize that I'm in deep trouble, and so I begin to smoke up before he starts shooting at me. Fortunately, the Koenig's fire isn't that accurate, and I'm able to get out of detection. Another shot comes in. Fortunately, he misses again. Looks like my torpedoes are going to go astern of him. But still, I have most of my health. I haven't taken any damage. The Koenig is trying to push. The Königsberg has decided that he doesn't want to go towards that smoke, so he's going to get the heck out of there. So my torpedoes are ready again. I line up more shots on the Koenig. I slow down because I realize that I'm going to run into this island if I'm not careful, and since I'm not currently in my smoke, that could be a bad thing. Because if that Koenig gets any closer, he would just tear me apart. So I begin accelerating again. My torpedoes are looking good so far, but looks like the Koenig is turning away, and he will be evading those torpedoes. So I park in my smoke, or at least slow down, taking advantage of it. And the next ship that looks like it's coming this way is the enemy Emerald. So my torpedoes that I launched at the Koenig do not hit, but it did force him to turn away, so at least that keeps me in the cap a little bit longer. So torpedoes don't always have to hit. They're good for use as area denial. As long as the enemy knows that torpedoes could be coming at them from any direction, and if they do, there forces them to turn away. So it's always a good idea to launch torpedoes even if you're not, convinced you're going to get a sunken target, because what they do is they keep the enemy away, and it allows you to hold on to caps. So I launched torpedoes at the Emerald. Looks like the first 2 spreads miss. So does the third. He's evaded. Now he's beginning to push the cap. Our carrier sends in his torpedo bombers. I launch another spread of torpedoes. Maybe I can get this Emerald. He's low on health already. And since he is low on health, I'm going to take some shots with my guns. So shots out. He's damaged by one of my teammates. My shots do a couple bit of damage. He's very low on health now. I'm waiting for my guns to reload. Take another shot. Can I beat those torpedoes in there? And yes, that's kill number 3. But in my tunnel vision on trying to get that extra kill, I find myself running into the island here, and it's really bad news because the enemy carrier is overhead. He drops bombs on me. Fortunately, I don't get hit by any of them, which is really good luck. The torpedo bombers are passing right over me. I'm in deep trouble now because I've run aground, and it looks like I'm stuck. This is the opportune time for the enemy to come after me and finish me off, but unbelievably, the enemy carrier sends his 2 bombers towards one of my allied ships. I believe it's a Furataka back there. He had the perfect opportunity to kill me at this point, and he blew it. Because I'm pretty darn stuck here. I'm going forward, I'm going reverse. Doesn't seem to be anything I can do to get off these shoals. Finally, I'm able to wiggle my way free. And I spot two enemy ships. It's the Koenig and the Königsberg. And I'm going to see if I can get some torpedoes off on them. So I launch my torpedoes. Unfortunately, a teammate has the same idea, so whoa, gotta turn on those torpedo beats. These things are coming awfully close. I'm turning as fast as I can and just barely misses me. That was close. My torpedoes at the Koenig are looking good. So after that kind of scare, I begin accelerating and turning out of there. Another torpedo hits. That's kill number 4. Now the Furutaka looks like he's about to ram me. I try to turn a little bit, and I realize that's just not going to work. He sends me reeling on my starboard side. Looks like I might run into an island again. Fortunately, I'm able to pull away from there, and now I'm detected again. This is probably by hydroacoustic. Probably the Königsberg is doing that. So I start angling away. Fortunately, my teammate, the Furutaka, who first nearly torpedoes me and then nearly rams me, or does ram me, apologizes in chat. And I'm so busy, I'm unable to yell at him. But I'm not too upset at this point. I'm having a good game. I've got 4 kills already, 72,000 damage. The Texas delivers a pretty nasty hit to me. My torpedoes are looking good at him, though. Are any of them going to get him? 2 hits, 2 floods, another hit, another flood. I'll take that. So now we've got them on the run. We've got the Texas and the Königsberg are both fleeing away. Looks like my flooding has taken hold, so this Texas is in deep trouble. Now in Omaha launches torpedoes to my port side. Fortunately, he's not actually shooting at me. Damage is still going up, so this Texas is definitely flooding, and I get the kill. Kill number 5, Kraken unleashed. At this point, the enemy carrier, he's got bombers and torpedo bombers heading this way, but none of them are heading towards me. They're going after the battleships that are behind us. So my next target I spot is a Wyoming. I begin closing the distance. He's now in torpedo range. Here we go. Torpedoes away. Now, this Wyoming is kind of late to the party, but he has to know what's going on. He's got to know that there's a destroyer up here who has been sinking several ships, and yet he's sailing essentially in a straight line. We lose the Omaha. The enemy loses a Krasny Krim. It is now 4-4. So despite the fact that I've got a Kraken, it's still a pretty even game. 3 of my torpedoes strike home. Looks like he repaired the flooding damage. But I mean, there is no excuse for him now. He has to know that I'm here. Or he does know I'm here. There's no excuse for that. But yet he's still sailing in a straight line. I misjudge it. I end up plowing into my Omaha, which is still sinking. But in the meantime, I launched 4 torpedoes at the Wyoming, and I launched a pair at the Königsberg. And the Königsberg has turned in. Looks like he's beginning to approach again, but more or less he's sailing in a straight line too. And could it be? Could it be that I get these guys? 1 down, 2 down. Confederate double strike, 2 more kills. That brings my kills up to 7. At this point, I can't believe my luck. I mean, it's inexplicable how two ships that know that a destroyer is here, who already has a Kraken, and yet they sail in straight lines, broadside. It, I don't know what's going on with them. They must have been distracted or whatever. Because I mean, come on. Even at tier 4, you can't do that. So now we're up. We have 4 ships left to their 2. The game is beginning to run out, or the time is beginning to run out because we're almost at 900 points. They do have the cap advantage, so they will catch up, but will they catch up in time is the question. It's just me and 3 battleships, so my next target, I'm not exactly sure who I'm going after. I'm debating, should I go for the B cap and ensure the win, or should I go after the enemy carrier? In chat, I'm telling my team, let's just forget the cap. I want more kills. I mean, I've already got 7. So I'm getting a little greedy at this point. I realize that the carrier is sending planes mostly on the 1 line, so he's probably down there somewhere. So I begin angling in that direction, decide to go carrier hunting. So my guess is he's probably behind this island, and I'm going to spot him any second now. I'm trying to get past this island rather than going towards it to fix my line of sight. Yep, and there he is, right where I predicted he would be. The enemy Langley, and a Langley tier 4, the first destroyer that the Americans can get. He has no chance at all. He's doomed one way or the other, either due to me or to one of the battleships that are closing in. So in chat, the other team is saying that they've been begging the carrier to spot me, and he just refuses to. I guess he wants to go for other targets. But definitely, if they had spotted me when that Königsberg and that Wyoming was there, you know, it definitely would have changed things. But I mean, seriously, guys, even if he's not spotting for you, you got to turn. You got to be aware that the fact that I'm there and not just blunder ahead into me without even doing any jinking whatsoever. I mean, you're just a sitting duck if that happens. So I launch my torpedoes. I start firing some guns. This Langley is going to go down one way or the other. We're at 980 points, so it's... Are we going to hit 1,000, or are my torpedoes going to hit? Well, it's my torpedoes. Kill number 8. And that's by far the best game in the Kamikaze I've had. Well, except for the 7-kill game I got last time. So first place, 8 kills, lots of damage there, a lot of fun to play. This one was a blast. Thanks for watching.